Brenda Longman says her grandson, Jake Longman, dreamed of being a cage fighter. Now, she says Jake can't dream at all. Jake was killed by gunfire on June 29th, the 6th homicide in Regina this year. Brenda says it's a pattern that needs to stop.
It's because of my grandson this is coming forth. You know, I don't want his death to be in vain.
Brenda has formed a group called Matriarchs and Warriors United Against Violence. It's a women-led initiative intending to curb crime by bringing youth back to Indigenous culture. Indigenous people in Saskatchewan were killed at a rate about 17 times higher than non-Indigenous people in 2020. Saskatchewan RCMP says in the last 7 years, Indigenous people have accounted for nearly 3 of every 4 homicide deaths. Saskatchewan's rate is the worst among Canadian provinces.
Jake is just one of the many young people that lost their lives to this violence within the city here.
Brenda wants to include other families who feel the same way to enact change. Gangs are not the leading cause of Indigenous homicide according to Statistics Canada, but she says they are a concern in the community. She also wants to address social issues affecting youth. Police say those issues are what lead to high crime rates.
So those are issues that we have to be able to tackle if we want to prevent what often is that cause and effect.
Rae says the Matriarchs group is exactly what Regina needs to stifle criminal activity. Neither he nor the Congress of Aboriginal Peoples were surprised by the homicide rates. Both agreed the response needs to be proactive and from the community. It can't start at a 911 dispatch.
I always said that, it's important that our people, our, elders and our, older people get involved to protect the young, our youth as well.
Bowden says gangs often advertise a sort of family feel to them. But it's just a farce, he says, and that these community groups are what's needed to combat gang violence. Dane Patterson, CBC News, Saskatoon.